Hello everyone, welcome back to Lilac Moon Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all about what your spirit guides want you to know right now. So if you're familiar with pick a card readings, all the timestamps are listed down below. But here we have pile number 1 with Tiger's Eye, pile number 2 with Rose Quartz, and pile number 3 with Fluorite. Think about what it is you want answers to or advice on. If you need to, pause the video, take a few deep breaths, figure out which pile you are most drawn to, and then go ahead and select the timestamp down below for your reading. Hello, pile number 1. You all picked the Tiger's Eye. So keep in mind these readings are general, so take what resonates, leave behind the rest. We're going to start with some tarot and then finish up with any additional messages with some oracle cards. Your first tarot is the Ten of Swords. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles in reverse, and Death in reverse. Alright, scoot these down. So with these cards here, I feel like there's... the first thing that's really obvious, there's something you're not allowing to happen. You're afraid of the transition, you're afraid of change, you're afraid of this transformation that you are building towards. So you have the Ten of Swords, which is the end of the swords journey, right? And it's kind of all about being a martyr, and you're just allowing all these swords to pierce you over and over and over again. But what's the true lesson here? Is if you think about it, it's like how many swords does it really take to kill a person, right? Probably only one. And this poor girl sitting here laying there with 10 swords in her, but she's kind of like just like whatever. So the important lesson here is to, I guess, just don't let all these thoughts and negative patterns and stuff like that keep weighing on you, and quit using them as a defense mechanism. Because that's kind of like the vibe I get from this, is that she uses each of these swords as an excuse for why she's suffering. You know, she's coming to the end of the cycle here. Like I said, the 10's the final piece of the puzzle. But like, what's the purpose of all these swords other than to be some sort of defense or some sort of like excuse system? I don't know why that's the vibe that I'm getting, but you need to pull those swords out and keep going, keep moving. You're holding yourself back. You're allowing yourself to like lay there and wallow and suffer. You're like, well, we're here, we made it to the end, but you're all gonna know about it, and you're all gonna know how miserable and in pain and suffering I am. So I don't know what's going on with you, pile number 1, but your spirit guides really want me to tell you that you need to stop with this defense mechanism. You need to stop with the excuses. You need to stop with stabbing yourself, to be the martyr, to be like the woe is me. Because then you have the Four of Cups here, and this girl sitting there, she's staring at the 3 cups on the ground, and then Spirit is handing her another cup. Spirit's like, here's another cup. of awesome, happy, emotional fulfillment, and she's like, nah, I'm good. I gotta stare at these other cups more. And Spirit's like, well, I got this cup and it's gonna make you so much happier. And it's just like, no. And I feel like that's like the same vibe. You know, what I was explaining with the Ten of Swords, it's like kind of the same thing with the Four of Cups. It's like you're just gonna sit there and wallow with what you have when something even better and more emotionally fulfilling is right there and is being handed to you. Because fours are all about stability, right? Having emotional stability. Well, she doesn't look like, I mean, she's in control of her emotions, but she's not happy. You think about cups and emotions, I mean, the ideal emotion would be happiness, right? Being happy, being in love, caring and sympathetic and, you know, positive emotions. But she just doesn't look, she doesn't have a positive vibe to her, right? She's just like kind of miffed that she has this emotional stability. Maybe she's waiting for the other shoe to drop, which is not what we want to be doing. We should be thankful and appreciative for the things we have as we have them. We can't always be focused on the future, worrying about the future, worrying about what's going to go wrong next. Kind of like the Ten of Swords. It's like, oh, I've got all these swords in me. What's another one? Or when's the, you know, next sword gonna come stab me in my body? And then we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So pages are generally kind of new beginnings and starts of things and like actually taking action on these things. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, there's kind of a delay here with something to do with your finances or your career. And for some of you, I feel like you're not putting enough work or study or effort into what it is you want to pursue as a career. And that's what's kind of holding up this delay. So like, I feel like all of these things are tied into this death in reverse. I feel like if we took the steps necessary to kind of put ourselves in an overall better mindset, we could flip this death card around and be ready for that transformation, ready for that change. It's really hard to move forward. It's hard to change when we're not sure of the outcome, right? That's why a lot of people fear actual physical death, because we're not sure what happens, you know, or if it's gonna hurt, or, you know, whatever. Not trying to trigger any like death phobias here, but you need to release the control and let the universe unfold this transformation for you. You need to allow the transformation to happen. You're blocking this change, and it would be a really good positive change. It would lead to better mental stability and clarity, better emotional stability and clarity, and then it's tied to something to do with your career. Maybe you're debating about what to go to school for, you're debating about switching careers, you want to start a new business, but you feel like things aren't going right, you're feeling very bogged down mentally, and you're worried that maybe all this effort isn't worth it because it's not going to be emotionally fulfilling, it's not going to be emotionally satisfying. And so you're causing your own delays here, and thus pausing this transformation and being afraid of this change and this transformation in your life. Hopefully something there resonated for someone. Let's take a look at some of these oracle cards, see what other messages we have for you from your spirit guides. Your first card here says, Starseed, what lights you up? What sparks your fire? What interests you? What makes you happy, right? And that might be the key to really moving forward. Maybe something you're trying to consider about, doing for a career isn't quite what you wanted, what you expected, and you need to reevaluate. Excuse me. Ugh, big yawn. Really reevaluate what lights you up, what makes you happy, what if you're talking about something to someone and they're like, wow, you're really passionate about that, that's the thing you should really be focusing on and doing. Your next card here says, bring love into the situation, a new moon in Aquarius. Yeah, so 4 of Cups. The girl in that picture, she doesn't look happy. She doesn't look emotionally satisfied. She looks kind of like angry or like complacent. You need to make sure whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, that you're putting love into it, that it's emotionally fulfilling for you. It makes you happy. You can't just do something because you feel like you have to. Maybe some of you feel stuck in a situation like that. Even if you're not quite to the point where you can start your own business or switch careers, make sure you're putting what you can into what you're doing right now. Because if you're not putting love into it, even a little bit, you're going to be really miserable. And then I feel like that's a block for that transformation and that change that you desire as well. The universe wants to see you put in the work. It wants to see you try. It needs to have that positive vibe and like happiness in order for things to really manifest. Your next card here is the Magi? The struggle. Alright. So this is kind of like the Magician. And it's like I was saying about manifesting. You can create your own reality. You have the power and the ability to create the world around you. You have all the pieces necessary to create this ideal life that you long for, whether you see it or not. You just need to believe, and you need to trust in the universe, and you also need to do the work. This card also kind of plays along with what I was saying about the Page of Pentacles as well, is you need to study, and you need to learn, and you need to practice. No matter what it is you're trying to do, there's always something you could learn about it. There's something you could do to do it better. Keep working at it, and keep working on your manifesting to really create the reality that you want, but you need to keep working at it too. Your last card here says wait. And this could tie into these delays as well. It might not all be self-inflicted on yourself. The universe could be having you wait for a reason. Everything in divine timing. And that's why, I saw this says new moon in Aquarius. So it might not be until the beginning of next year, like February or so, that things start to fall into place a little bit. But that doesn't mean just sit around and wait until February. It's more, you need to put in the work, put in the effort, and keep going. You need to take charge and get all the pieces in alignment, so that way when the universe and everything lines up for you to get the things that you want to manifest, that you need, that you want, that it all just falls into place and it feels absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think that's all I've got for you, pile number 1. I hope that some of this resonated for you. If it did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. You all picked the rose quartz. Alright, just a reminder that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave behind the rest. Not every message will be for you. We are going to start with some tarot and then finish up with any additional messages with some oracle cards. So let's see what we've got for you. We've got the 5 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Cups, and Knight of Wands in reverse. Alright. So first thing I notice is that you have one of each element here. You have Swords, Pentacles, Cups, and Wands. So the first thing I guess I notice is that with the Wands card and the Pentacles card in reverse, you're feeling very ungrounded and unenergized, or you feel very scattered and unorganized, and it's causing a lot of frustration. And the reason that I know it's causing a lot of frustration for you is this 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords, you're unintentionally causing a lot of strife with those around you, and you don't recognize that it's a problem. You're taking a lot of stress and frustration out on others, and you truly don't recognize that it's an issue, because you look at this girl here and she's got the swords and there's a couple of swords on the ground, but she's picking them up. She doesn't look upset. She looks like, okay, bye, you know, like to, I'm guessing, some friends or someone, you know, people in her life, and those people are very disheartened and upset and frustrated, and you're just standing here being like, well, whatever, you know, you don't want to help me, you don't want to work with me, then, you know, go F yourself. Like, that's kind of the attitude that I get from this person. So be careful with your words. I feel like some of you have been very harsh and domineering, and I think you're taking a lot of external frustrations out on other people, because you've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So the 8 of Pentacles is normally putting in a lot of work, you know, to the point of mastery, really honing your craft. This girl in particular, she's like drawing on like her computer, doing artwork, you know, and that's a skill that takes a lot of practice and usually years of hard work and dedication. And maybe you've been slacking, or maybe you've hit a road bump or a wall, or, you know, if you are an artist, you've hit a little bit of an art block and you don't feel inspired or creative. And so it's very frustrating to you, especially if this is something, you know, that is a career, because you need to be putting out artwork or putting out product, or, you know, however this relates to you in your situation. And because it's a job, because it's a career, because it's your income, you're feeling very, very, very frustrated that you cannot create the product that you need to be creating, because you need that income to survive, right? And maybe these people in the card were just there to help you. They're like, hey, do you need help with something? Like, we recognize, you know, that you're struggling, or you voiced it to us, and you're just being aggressive, being angry. And you do have people around you who want to celebrate you, who want to support you. With the 3 of Cups, it's all about celebration and getting together and supporting each other, especially emotionally. You do have that friend group there to support you, as long as you don't drive them away. So that's why I'm saying, like, really be careful. Spirit really wants you to know to be careful that you're not taking out your frustrations on these people, because they are the people here to support you, lift you up, fill your cup, and really treat you right. And you might be driving them away by accident. I don't think they're going to give up on you. They are your, like, ride or die, ready to support you forever and ever. But they are sick of your shit right now. And so you've got the Knight of Wands here in reverse. So again, that's a delay in having scattered energy and not having the passion and motivation and drive like you normally would to pursue these creative projects, to get these things done. I just really get the sense that this is like a very, like, creative group, and you've been really wanting to pursue more projects or get things done, and it just really, really, really isn't happening. And you're very frustrated with yourself, and so you're taking it out on others. So you just need to reevaluate where you're putting in your time and energy. Because especially with these two cards, you're not putting your energy and your focus in the right spot. Maybe some of you have been partying too much. Maybe some of you have been neglecting work in order to socialize. Which is all well and good. It's great for that emotional growth and support, but is it good for your income? Is it good for your money? Is it good for having the energy that you need the next day after you party a little too hard to actually get the work that you need to get done, and then you're taking it out on everyone, like being the asshole, but you're like, everyone else is like bullying me, what the hell? And they're all just trying to help you. They're like, hey, you're really slacking. You really aren't getting this stuff done. Alright, let's take a look at the Oracle cards. Hopefully some of that resonated for you. I don't know. That's like the story that I got from that. It might not resonate for all of you, but it's definitely a story. Your first Oracle card says Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So some of you might really be working on moving forward from bad habits, and that's, you know, kind of what I get from those two cards too. Maybe you've been really lazy, maybe you've been procrastinating a lot lately. Eight of Pentacles in reverse to me is a big, like, procrastination card. Like, you're getting the work done, but it's at the last minute and you're literally ripping your hair out, and that's causing this drain in energy because you're having to exert so much energy to meet a deadline like the night before, when you could have been slowly working on it earlier or just get it done sooner, and then you'd have more time to celebrate and party. So maybe something that you're really trying to work through right now karmically is getting over that procrastination, getting over the last minute disorganization, just these patterns of living and struggling. Maybe you've been like this for a while and you're just done. You're done with it, and you're really waking up and realizing that this way of living does not serve you. So you need to release the negative habits, the negative ways of doing work, and just push forward and create new patterns, new habits that better serve your end goals. Next card here says a new romantic cycle begins. So some of this distraction with this, like, partying, it could just be going on dates. It could be just interacting with more people. So some of you might be a little distracted because of a new romantic partner, because of a new romance coming in. Again, be careful that you don't slack on this work and blame everyone else for it when it's really you, you know, just going out having a good time all the time because you're having fun with this new romance, but your work and your passions and your energy are suffering. Your next card here says, speak truth. So I feel like this is with a grain of salt because it to me lines up with the Five of Swords. You want to speak your truth. You want to be honest. You need to be truthful with yourself. And maybe that's more what you need to be focusing on, is being really honest with yourself, because the Five of Swords to me is kind of like being honest with others, but like too much, and it's driving them away, and they're like, why are you being such an asshole, you know? So speak your truth, know your truth. Recognize what you're doing isn't helpful and that you need to reprioritize and reorganize, and be honest with yourself. Quit blaming others for your shortcomings when you are the only one in control of your time and your organization and your energy and what you're doing with your time, whether you're productive or you're wasting your time. Know this truth, learn this truth, speak this truth to yourself. Your last card here says, not the right time. So there's something right now that's just not the right time for. And it might be this partying, this dating, this celebration, getting together. Maybe it's not truly the right time for that. There's something you all need to be focusing on more right now, and you're not. Something that you need to work really, really hard on, and you're not focusing your time and your energy into that thing. And the universe is calling you out on it right now. So make sure you reprioritize what it is you need to be doing. And if whatever it is you should be working on and you're not, if it doesn't light your fire, if it's not your passion, then you need to rethink things. You need to reorganize. Alright, I think we're going to end the reading there for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If this did resonate, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. You all picked the Fluorite. So just a reminder that these readings are general. Take what resonates, leave behind the rest. Not every message here will be for you, but there's always a chance there's a little nugget somewhere that is really important for you to hear. So we're going to start with some tarot and then finish up with any additional oracle messages. So let's get started. Let's see what we've got. So you've got the Ten of Cups. You've got the Devil. You've got the Hanged One, Hanged Man. And you've got the Tower. Alright, what's going on, pile number 3? Ooh. There's a lot of things that are out of your control right now, and there's a lot of things that are in your control right now. So these two cards here, the Hangman and the Tower, are almost things that are out of your control. So the Tower, for sure, it's usually something that's coming out of left field, something that's tearing down your foundations, really crumbling the tower that you've built around yourself. It's breaking down to be rebuilt into something better, something new. With the Hangman there, Hangman to me is all about like waiting for divine timing, waiting for the universe to step in and let you know when the time is right. It's also a card of learning and absorbing knowledge, watching, observing, silence, quieting your mind. It's a very like meditation card to me as well. So if you feel like there's a lot of chaos around you, especially because you've got this like card of like quiet contemplation and waiting and patience surrounded by the devil and the tower, you need to have patience and calm while all this chaos is going around you. Now, the devil isn't necessarily chaos. The devil is more self-inflicted chaos, I feel like. The devil, to me, is all about those patterns of behavior that we kind of fall back into when we're not sure what else to do. Or we start to push the envelope of being uncomfortable, of having change, and then we slip back into those bad habits. Or not necessarily bad habits, but comfortable habits that don't really serve us, that don't really help us grow, that don't help us move forward. So there's something going on here. So you've got the Ten of Cups, which is a really beautiful card. It's perfect emotional happiness. You've got a nice little family and kids and house and you know, they're in a field and there's a rainbow and everything's really great and happy. It's the end of that emotional journey. You know, you've worked your way through happy times, sad times, you know, very frustrating times, having to give up a lot emotionally, only in the end to have your wishes and dreams come true and have this ultimate fulfillment. So what about your dreams coming true is holding you back? Because at this point, the Tower, so there's like so much I want to say, and so with the Tower here, it's going to crumble everything, because you, even though you know what you want or you're obtaining it, you have it, it's right there, you keep falling back into these old patterns and ways that don't serve you. The universe is going to make you wait, because if this is what you are hoping for, what you are wishing for, you know, this penultimate, it doesn't have to be like marriage and a family and everything, whatever your ultimate life and happiness and dreams are, especially having to do with your emotional fulfillment, what makes you truly happy. If you're like almost there to get this and then you start falling back into old habits, the universe is going to make you screech to a halt. And anything you're trying to manifest is not going to happen. And then the world is just going to crumble around you. And it's going to force you to break these chains and move forward. It's going to force you to change. Because in order to get this, you really have to break these chains. And you need to spend some time meditating and thinking on this and figuring out why you have these tough ways of thinking. Maybe you really feel like you don't deserve this, and that's the pattern of thought that you're really trapped in, that you don't deserve this kind of happiness, you don't deserve this penultimate like amazing dream life. You really need to spend some time meditating and thinking about that and manifesting what you want your life to look like. You can't always worry when the tower's gonna crumble. You're like, if I get this, if I make this life, if I manifest this life, how long is it really gonna last? How long before it crumbles? How long before I'm this like person, this person's like speared by like some rock and this other guy's, you know, falling out of this tower? You can't have these negative kinds of thoughts and patterns of behavior if you truly want this. There's something you really gotta work on this. You gotta let go in order to have that. And I know you want it. Who doesn't want that life? Who doesn't want the dream life, the happy life? You need to move forward from the things that don't serve you. The devil can also represent addictions, and like maybe you're overspending. Maybe you have a sex addiction. Maybe you have other addictions to substances. It can get pretty dark, and a lot of times I think it is more on the mental. And with the Hanged one there and like that contemplation and thinking and waiting card, I think it is a mental game for you more than like physical things holding you back from this perfect life that you desire. Let's take a look at the oracle cards, see what else we get for you. We have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. You're overthinking things. This play card really goes along with the 10 of Cups for me. It's all about like that like raw enjoyment and happiness in life and like childlike wonder and just love and peace and happiness. You're letting all of this like doom and gloom surround you and hold you back. You're being held here because of your mindset, because of the way you're thinking. You need to have more fun. You need to enjoy life. You're being too serious. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. Your next card here is your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Trusting in the process is something I'm getting from that. Some of you might be trying to manifest, but then you've got this like stuck mentality. You've got the devil in the tower surrounding you and swirling around you in these thoughts. Your commitment to your dream is being tested here. I don't see this as like a relationship thing at all. It's just your commitment to your dream life is really being tested, especially with the devil. And that's what the devil is. It's temptation. It's, hey, come back to the comfortable. Come back to what you know. Come back to safety. Here are these chains. Don't worry about it. But it's comfy here. It's nice and warm. But you know what's going to happen as soon as you fall back into that? The tower is going to crumble. And the universe is going to force you to try and work on this manifestation, this happiness that you desire. Your commitment to your manifestations are being tested. Your next card here is manifest. I don't look at these cards before. I really don't. And it's just so funny. You need to work on your manifesting. Maybe things haven't been manifesting and it's because your mindset. You need to get a more positive mindset. You can't always wait for that disaster that's going to come out of left field. You can't go back to those negative mindsets that a lot of times we do get trapped into in order to manifest this dream life that you desire. You need to spend time meditating, focusing in on what it is you want and manifesting your dreams. Your last card says yes with an exclamation point. I feel like this is just the cards telling me, yes, you're right. You're telling them exactly what they need to hear. You can have what you want to manifest. That is a huge yes. And with the 10 of Cups, that is such a positive, radiant, good card. You just really need to break through the negative junk surrounding you. Meditate. Take as long as you need until you can break that cycle and finally commit to manifesting your dream life, to manifesting what you want and what you desire. And have fun with it. So you have that play card. Have fun with it. Celebrate it. Celebrate the little wins. Don't be so serious about it. If you want this fun, beautiful life, you need to have fun in order to have a fun, beautiful life, right? Manifesting is hard work, but it shouldn't be super serious work. It shouldn't be difficult. You just have to imagine and then put in the effort to get what you want. But it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be this like devastation in order to rebuild. You can get what you want and you can get what you desire. It's there. You just need to really spend some time, meditate, think about it, journal it, script it, whatever you need to do to break these cycles of negative thinking, and then you can have this Ten of Cups life that you desire. That was a great message. I really like that one. Alright, pile number 3. If you did enjoy this reading or it resonated for you, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!